Here we go, take two. What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are doing phenomenal. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you guys for tuning in. Another week of Elevated Podcast. It's an honor. It's a privilege, more than anything, to be here with you guys. Share a message, share some thoughts, some ideas. And man, I hope you guys enjoy this message. I truly, I really enjoyed this one. It's Cinco de Mayo. I don't celebrate that. Shout out to anyone who does. I don't know if that's a thing or not. If you're Mexican, I don't. Anyways, man, this message really spoke to me. It really highlighted some things that I needed to get straight in my life and really just become more of who I think, and not only who I think I am, but who I could believe in, who I could be. And so, yeah, man, let's get this message started, guys. So this week I entitled this message 3, 2, 1. Here, ready or not, here I come. I based that off of hide and go seek. When you're counting down and that person says, ready or not, here I come. And so sometimes life is like that, like life doesn't wait on no one. Time doesn't wait on no one. And so many times we're not ready or we might be ready in our hiding place or whatever. And we're just trying to win at life. So yeah, that's what I based it off. Now, this week I truly had no idea what to talk about. I was searching, I was digging, but I couldn't find anything like, man, that's the idea, or that's the concept, that's the topic that I want to talk about. And so Saturday I actually bought my family some pizza, some chips, whatever, snacks, and we just had a movie night. But it was really day, but you get the point, And so we watched Spider-Man Into the Universe, and as I was watching this film, man, it spoke volumes to me. I'm not sure if it's just me, or every time I watch a movie, I like to transform their monologue into this motivational, encouraging speech to speak to my life, or I'm listening to something, or I'm reading something, or I like for it to speak to me personally. And so out of praise for this film, I decided to revolve this message on the movie. Now, a brief overview, if you haven't seen this movie. Miles is the main character. Miles is a new Spider-Man. And he hasn't really learned the ropes yet of what Spider-Man actually does. So throughout the movie, he's learning how to do everything Spider-Man, how to talk Spider-Man, how to be funny like Spider-Man. Anyways, but I love the fact that they did this, that the directors actually did this, which brings me to my first point. We will never be ready. We will never be quote-unquote ready. Now, I posted a while ago on my IG this quote, and I seen it floating around in the interwebs, and I really love it. And it reads like this: do it scared, do it broke, do it when you don't understand, do it in imperfection, do it anyway. End of quote. And as a creative, I try to make content which is spotless clean. In other words, perfect. But I've noticed, even though time and time again things look imperfect or horrible to me, I have to put it out. I have to upload it. I have to give it to you guys, because if I keep waiting on the perfect content, the day will never come. I remember having a conversation with one of my cousins before he was a dad, and he said, Juan, I just don't feel as if I'm ready to be a father. How many times have you told yourself, I'm not ready for a new start, I'm not ready for a relationship, I'm not ready for the new job opportunity, I'm not ready for school, I'm not ready to risk it all? Truth of the matter is we will never, and I mean never, will be ready. Miles wasn't ready to be a superhero. As a matter of fact, he didn't want to be one. But sometimes life gives us situations which we can't go back. We can't turn back the hands of time. And I remember telling my cousin this: you will never be ready. This is life. It's a work in progress and that's okay. You won't be perfect, but give it your best shot. Which brings me to my second point. There are no prerequisites. I think that self-doubt, fear of failure, and dug-in insecurities hinder us from believing in our dreams. These oppositions intimidate us from practicing our gifts and talents instilled in each and every one of us. I know it's hard believing in your dreams. It's actually very scary and frightening, as a matter of fact, but you were made for this. If not, you would have never dreamt of this. Now, I'm not sure what your dream is. I'm not sure what your passions or your goals are. But I'm going to say 5 sayings. And if you resonate with any of these sayings, you are putting excuses to do something you love, and you do it because you're afraid of people's criticism or judgment, self-doubt, or whatever the setback may be. Stop putting them off. Okay, ready? Number 1, I am not good enough. Number 2, I don't have all the answers. Number 3, people won't believe in me. Number 4, I am a terrible speaker. I am terrible at speech. Number 5, I'm not qualified. Now, my last point is this. All it takes is a leap of faith. Miles, the new Spider-Man, went through some tribulation in the movie. He lost his favorite uncle at the hands of Kingpin. He felt he couldn't trust the strongest man he knew, his dad. He didn't know anything about combat. He didn't know anything about his superpowers, which at one point let his team down. And just like Miles, we're all going through a storm. We're all going through a chaotic situation. We're all going through a process. At the end of the day, it's not really about having it together. It's not about being ready. As a matter of fact, there are no prerequisites you need. In the midst of all Miles' efforts, he couldn't turn on his secret superpowers, which were, he was invisible, or, having this lightning flow through his veins. I don't know what you would call that, but at the end of the scene, before he actually takes courage and becomes the superhero that he's meant to be, he asks Peter B. Parker, while he's covered in spider webs, tied into a chair, and Miles says, "When will I know I'm ready?" And Parker answers this, "You won't. It's all a leap of faith." That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith. How many times have we said to ourselves, when will I be ready? When will I know that the time is right? When will I know that it's my season? But none of that matters if we're not willing to take a leap of faith into the darkness. It doesn't matter if we're not willing to jump into the unknown. And before I go, I want to let you guys know that my favorite song, one of my favorite songs as of lately, is Sunflower by, who is that, Post Malone. Shout out to him, But it says that I keep a check. Hey, shout out, man. Enjoy life, man. It's really too short. It's really fragile. You can lose it at any moment, and many times we don't know when